Hi, fifth graders. How are you? I miss you so much. Just seeing your face, I miss it. You're not going to miss the story comprehension, I'm sure. Okay, we're going to do vocabulary. Your words this week were coax, escorted, navigate, nightfall, perished, and ushered. I'm going to read sentences and say blank. And I'll give you a little hint. We had to bicycle home before blank, before the sun went down. The city's mayor was blank to the fundraising ball by her husband. She had somebody on holding her arm. She was with somebody. In the olden days, every ship's captain knew how to blank by the stars. Like a ship is how to drive a ship. The whole town blank when the volcano erupted. They died. Have you ever had to blank a frightened cat out of a tree? Come on, get out, go, come on, come on. And 6, big celebration, blank in the new year. So, something that you bring to a place. It could be a thing or a person. Okay, let's go with story comprehension now, because it's only 6 questions, but they are important. Who is the main character of Amistad Rising, and where was this person from? So, what was his original name? This name, because his name, you find that on page 625. But he was given the name what by the slave traders? They gave him what name? That you could find on page 621. And you need to specify in where does it take place in West Africa. What country? That you could find on page 622. 2. When does the story take place? Is it a true story or not? And how do you know? These are 3 questions. Remember, you need to answer to everyone. So when does the story take place? It's written which year? On page 622. Is it a true story? Look at the beginning of the story. It's written, where it's written, Amistad Rising, under, go look. Is it written, it's a false story or it's a true story? And the other question on page 619, the author says, is it a true story? And where is it? Where is it in the book? Where did you find the answer? So I want you to tell me, is it at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of the story? 3. What was Joseph Cinque doing when he was captured and sold as a slave? 1 question. And whom did he leave behind when he was forced into slavery? Remember, you have to answer to the 2 questions. So on page 625 is the first question. When he was captured, where was he? What was he doing? He was doing something in Africa. And who did he leave behind? He left behind his family. You see this on page 626. I want you to specify who in his family he left behind. 4. What were conditions like on the slave ship? You find that on page 622. The conditions were awful. There was no what? No place to, there's no air, no food, no. Okay. What happened to many of the enslaved Africans while they were on the slave ship? On page 622, many what? They died of what? They died of 3 different things. If you don't eat, if you're sick, or if somebody hits you. There are 3 things. You're sick, if you don't eat, and if you get hit by Question 6. What was the one event that made Joseph Cinque decide to lead the rebellion on the Amistad? A rebellion is to say, let's go against the white. What did the ship's cook Celestino say to Joseph? On page 628. What did the ship's cook Celestino say to him to make him freak out? On page 628. That's enough to make him crazy. So that's it, and I hope you do well. See you in phonics class. Have a nice day. Bye.